and welcome to Wrong Way. And today we are unboxing the brand new 2021 Begode RS19 High Speed. So let me tell you more about it. Wrong Way. And first of all, naturally, also big thanks to myewheel.com for providing me this wheel for testing and reviewing purposes. And if you want to buy a wheel at myewheel in Europe, feel free to use my coupon code WRONGWAY to get a 5% discount. I also do receive a kickback from these orders. Anyhow, you might be asking yourself, Adam, you already did a review on the RS19 before, but things in the electric unicycle world change really quickly, and this is supposed to be a lot better and a lot more refined than the last version of the RS. Nevertheless, it also is a high-speed version, and the one I had before was a high torque. So this will be just having a lot quicker top speed. Did anything change in the manual? The instruction manual is still a table of contents on other wheels by Begode and just small casual safety information, not to ride in the rain, so on and so on. So this didn't change still. There was already a couple of batches of the RS19. There was a bit of problems with waterproofing, the 5-volt small boards which were destined for the light unit and the speakers and so on. Bearings also needed refinement, and supposedly now it's fine because of the whole motor design, so they had to change the bearings to make them more waterproof. Maybe they also made the whole thing more waterproof so water can't seep in through the back trolley handle. Let's see what Begode made with this wheel. I have high hopes, and I think they also added a fuse. So again, I have high hopes for this wheel. Let's see what they managed to do. First in the box, 3-amp charger. So this wheel will charge up in around 5 hours. Pretty cool. You can also use 2 chargers like that, and maybe even 8 amps. I think you can use 8 amps to charge up this wheel, which means a minimum charge time of like 3 hours. Pretty cool. And right away, here it is. And the question is, oh, there's a display. Woo-hoo-hoo. All right, let's take it out. Still not the lightest wheel. Oh, around 28 kilos. But yeah, there you go. This is your first look, I think worldwide actually, at the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, at the Begode RS. Wow, that's really bright. Yeah, and we just put it out of transportation mode by clicking the lift switch and the power button 5 times. And yeah, wow. Okay, now look, we will obviously take this wheel also apart later in a teardown, but in this video I'll also check out how it looks like when we open up this panel, how the motherboard also looks like. But first impressions is this display is really bright. Like, I've seen some displays also like on e-bikes, cyclone e-bikes, that are a lot dimmer than that. This is probably one of the brightest displays I've ever seen actually on a rideable. So this will be, I think, no problem to see in broad daylight. You know, we'll still have to check it out in the review, but yeah, obviously it's sideways, so if you're standing on it, it's sort of like tilted to the side a bit, but the power is for sure there. But yeah, so let me just quickly show you what's on this display. So right away you can see here is the speed, and on a camera it looks a bit different than in real life. I think it looks a bit better. Yeah. So anyways, here you can see the speed. On the side there's a Begode logo. I'm not really sure if it's needed, and it's in a weird font. Here you can see a small battery indicator with 5 levels, and 3 is, I guess, the mode you're in. So if you change the mode, this will change. And 21.2, not really sure what that is. I'll check that out. Probably it's not in the instruction manual. And there's a lot of zeros, 0.4. But yeah, display is really visible. Really quickly, we can also check out the free spin speed. Should be around 97. Yep, it is. Beeper is extremely loud. Maybe not as loud as the EXN, but still very loud. Here right away on the top, the same thing we've seen before. Not much has changed. 2 charge ports, GX16-5, USB charge port as well. Front lights that are a bit angled, so they don't blind others that much. And I think now it also has the higher pedals because I see more room here in the front and more room here in the back. So in a full review, I'll show you the difference to the old RS body. Right away, I've also run into my first issue. I can't really put this back in. Oh, I guess never mind. This cover, as you can see, is probably not the best solution. Okay, fine. I'll fix that later. As far for the other things, it still has these Monster Pro foot plates. I don't really like that much. Probably I'll change them for the Hextex. Still a lift sensor, and the trolley handle is pretty good, I would say, actually. I don't know. I've got used to the MSP sort of RS trolley handle design. Only thing is that it shouldn't seep water through, which sometimes it did on the RSs on the previous batches. Not the sturdiest one, but I don't think it's that bad. As usual, it goes down by itself, but I don't mind it that much actually. I've lived with a MSS or MSP for a while and I got used to it. Still, it has pretty strong front headlights that dim down when you're not riding. Here you can see also the LED patterns. Probably this one is my favorite. White in the front, red in the back, so you're more visible. This really does work well in the night. And the trolley handle also goes down. And yeah, it seems like it goes down actually to the bottom as it should. It doesn't go out that difficult. So yeah, this looks already pretty cool. Nevertheless, I think the most changes are on the inside of this wheel. So let's open it up. You see companies keep coming out with new wheels all the time with new batches. And you know, people are saying don't buy the first batch, wait for the next one. And I gotta tell you that usually it's never the best time to buy a wheel because always there's something new around the corner. So as a EUC reviewer, it's almost like I have to review every single new batch because sometimes there's so many significant improvements that over the lifespan of a model, we need to review like batch 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's just something to ponder about in the electric unicycle world. One thing though is these foot plates are pretty big, so that's pretty cool. Never really liked the sandpaper on Guads, but yeah, that's that. Screws look a bit different now too, so let's take them out. Still holding in place. Boom! Now that is what I call improvement. Okay, so this looks really, really different from what we're used to on Guads wheels. Now, we have a lot of like foam here on the top, which is behind the cables. Cables are really nicely routed here in the back. Of course, we'll take a look on the disassembly video, how it's, you know, from the inside, but this already looks really different. There's a thick reinforcement wall here on the bottom for the batteries, which looks also different. The battery does stick outside a bit more because the walls are here, not on the side. Let's see what's underneath here. There's a lot of glue and foam, and here are the connectors and cables underneath that. Oh yeah, so here's now another reinforcement wall, so the battery stays in place. At least I hope it does. Here the trolley handle looks a bit the same. I think there's no seal there. Let's just see from up close. Yeah, see, that's the issue in waterproofing of Guads. Here you can see through right into the shell. And here on the outside too. Maybe here it's better visible. Yeah. So that's the problem. Don't leave your trolley handle ever open if you're riding in the rain. And this is still a big issue, I guess, with the wheels. But here is a wall for that, and I guess the water would go down here, and there is no drain hole here on the bottom. So still keep your trolley handles closed at all times when riding in rain on Guads. Maybe even do like a small drain hole here on the bottom. So this is still an issue, but other than that, there is a seal around this part, and on this side you can also see that the shell is also reinforced with these parts, and also this wall here, which is for the battery, I guess. Okay, here's the magnet. And this is a pretty thick plastic that goes over the speakers. Never really seen any issues with the speakers, but could be another seal here because there's just plastic. And most importantly, the motherboard does have a cover now, and it also has an additional radiator here on the side, so the motherboard won't get too warm. And naturally, we'll have to see about the performance of that. Oh, and here's a small ventilator that is blowing air onto the radiator here. As I can feel here on the other side, I think there are actually threads for the motherboard screws, which is a great improvement too. Like here I can still feel it's a wood screw for the speaker, but here I feel something different. So stay tuned for the disassembly video to check this out. But I gotta tell you guys, this looks way better than it did before. So I think Begode is really improving now. Other than that, the trolley handle, which you can see just right through here on the side, the angle, yeah, here you can see through it. The wheel has been really improved in my eyes. I'm curious if it does have a fuse, but I think maybe something here. I don't know. Let's see. I don't see a fuse here though, so maybe I'll find it when I do the disassembly or teardown. But yeah, this looks pretty cool. Also, this isn't a like 3D printed part. This is injection molded RS. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Oh, and I also forgot to tell you guys that there were these power pads in the package, so we can also put these on. However, I'll just put on some power pads of mine instead. Now, I also wanted to close up a bit on the screen, and honestly, it looks like something is missing there, like a screen in front of the screen, and in terms of waterproofing, I don't know. But anyways, there's also like a... Hopefully I don't destroy it by doing that. Well, I don't know. Anyhow, the point is that I'm glad that I see some improvements in the RS. However, this is still a point where water can seep in quite easily in the rain. So this needs to be closed at all times if you ride in the rain. Preferably also like tape that up. Like it's better to tape up this trolley handle, like all this part, that rather than have problems when riding in the rain. Or maybe I'll come up with some sort of like DIY solution to block this up, because this is an absolute no-no in terms of rain riding. So this is pretty cool. I think it's a cool improvement. You'll be able to see the speed now when you're going fast on your RS. Lights are good, front and back. I'm happy the speakers are still there. All the lighting, also like the mood lighting, and the RS logo here is also really cool. The beeper is loud. But yeah, the port just literally fell out when I was trying to put it in and check out how to do it. So I'll have to DIY something with that as well. Yeah, I just wish there was the voltage meter here. Like that's what really needed. So yeah, I guess now we'll have to just find out how it rides, find out if it doesn't get like too hot, and of course we'll have to do the disassembly video, but I'm seeing a lot of progress here. So if you're still here, leave a like on the video, subscribe to see more content like this. I'll see you in the next video. See you soon.